So word on the street is that Kingdom Come Deliverance has mods. Now I know that this is probably old news for most of you, but I found this out only about a week ago. What makes me more excited though is that official modding tools are a work in progress, so that means that we should be seeing better quality mods for this game in the future. But until then, there are still some pretty neat basic mods out there that add great quality of life improvements to the base game, improvements that probably should have been in the base game to begin with, but I digress. So in the spirit of a new game with a new modding scene, let's go over some new mods that improve the basic things in Kingdom Come Deliverance. In today's modern gaming scene, I find that I have been spoiled by my ability to save whenever I feel like it. That's a phrase that I've never found myself saying, but is apparently the sort of thing that KCD devs have nightmares about. I mean, why else would they implement the Save Your Schnaps saving system? To boost immersion? Anyway, regardless of how you feel about infinite saving, if you're going to be tinkering around with mods, and specifically uninstalling them, you're going to want to have plenty of game saves backed up. Something that the mod Unlimited Saving allows you to do. With this mod, you can save here, save there, save everywhere. But maybe not needing any Save Your Schnaps is too unimmersive for you, and you'd rather have Henry slowly sip from one bottle your entire playthrough. Well, have no fear, because the mod author has you covered. Because Unlimited Saving has a version that requires you to have at least one bottle in your inventory. So now you're going to have to buy at least one bottle to save, just in case you like that. Now that you've installed your favorite version of the mod, you may think that you're a god and that you can save wherever you'd like. Well, not so fast, adventurer, for Kingdom Come Deliverance has moments where it's impossible to save, like most notably in the early game tutorial sequence. So unfortunately, your newly acquired godly powers do come with some limitations.
This is a waste of time.
One of the most annoying things about archery in Kingdom Come Deliverance is this. The huge ridiculous white tracer arrow trails. You know, these things are actually so big that when I was trying to shoot some small rabbits in my playthrough, they actually covered the entire rabbit. No, seriously, I didn't know which direction I was missing. Well, no longer. With the mod Remove Those Stupid Trails, tracer obstruction is a thing of the past. Not only that, but I'm pretty sure this makes the game more immersive, as I've definitely never seen this phenomenon in real life. Love or hate KCD's combat system, you must admit that it feels awkward when fighting multiple opponents. There's just no fluidity when it comes to switching opponents you lock onto, and the distance on the lock-on mechanic feels a bit low. While there are no mods currently that try to rework the combat in Deliverance, there is a mod that tries to alleviate some of its difficulties. More responsive targeting increases the sensitivity when switching between locked onto opponents, and increases the range that targeting works at. And while I must admit I expected the changes to be a bit too drastic, in my time of testing, the increased sensitivity did help me to better switch between targets. Keep in mind though that this mod also increases the sensitivity on where your sword is positioned. On top of that, it isn't configured to be used with controllers, so it may feel a bit awkward on those. The first thing that really stood out to me as being bothersome and in need of removal was the blue stamina effect that is applied when Henry is out of breath. It's just too intrusive and bothersome. For me, the audio cues are enough. Apparently I'm not the only one that feels this way, because No Stamina Visual Effects is a mod that is particularly popular on KCD Nexus. Like its name suggests, the mod removes the annoying blue screens whenever your stamina bar is depleted. What the name doesn't suggest, however, is that the mod author was kind enough to include 3 versions. One that I already mentioned, one that removes only the audio of Henry's breathing, and a third that removes both the blue overlay and the audio cues. There's no need to suffer those annoying blue screens anymore. Seriously, go and pick this mod up. It's great. One of my favorite mods for Skyrim is Immersive HUD, which discreetly hides the HUD when you aren't using it. It allows you to avoid breaking your immersion. It's basically an essential mod for me, and upon starting up KCD for my first time, the very first thing I noticed was how intrusive the health bar and compass were. I'm pretty sure I even pointed it out in my Let's Play. The health bars are in kind of a weird place. I think they tried to do it like Skyrim a bit. Same with the compass. I'd like the opacity to be turned down a bit. While there is currently no mod out there that dynamically toggles your HUD, there is a mod that makes it more discreet. Clean HUD removes those pesky trims around the outside of the compass and health bar, diverting your attention from the UI to the game. There are two versions, one that just removes the trim and another that also makes your reticle smaller. I went with option B. That's all the mods for this week. I love Kingdom Come Deliverance and modding, so I plan to keep these videos going. That being said, mod videos take a considerable amount of time to create, so support via the like button is greatly appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing.
Shit, leave me be! Stop! Got you, you scum! And now you'll pay for the murder you committed.